go to Pittsburgh. Okay. I did not know what we were getting with the Steelers, and I still am not 100% sure the offense is going to be looking as good as it's looked this preseason. But gosh, if it doesn't give you a little bit more confidence going into this season than you did a month ago, that there's going to be a life after Ben. And whether it is Trubisky, whether it is Pickett, you add in this George Pickens, and I'm just watching the Steelers team 2 weeks into preseason, and it's like, oh, their quarterback is mobile, no matter who it is, Pickett or Trubisky or even Mason Rudolph can move a little bit. Oh, he's got a connection with Freiermuth. Oh, Pickens, the new wide receiver. Deontay Johnson's contract's locked up. And oh yeah, Kyle, a guy that you and I love, and I know Jamie and Jason appreciate as well. Najee Harris is awesome.
Come on, baby.
Like, so much just like, oh, Steelers offense can't get it done. And what are they doing at quarterback? Well, they signed Trubisky, and then they drafted Pickett. And yet both guys looked the part. I've heard on good sources that, like, Trubisky's the guy. Like, he is the guy to start the season. Trubisky will be the guy. It's not even really a question within Pittsburgh. But Pickett has shown a lot. And if you are a Steelers fan or an observer from the outside, this isn't a rebuild by any means. They still have T.J. Watt. They still have Minka Fitzpatrick. And, oh, yeah, Cam Hayward is lining up there every single down right there looking at the opposition. So Steelers, I was thinking, okay, this might be a bounce-back year. I think the offense might not miss a beat, and that Matt Canada, who is known for doing a lot of that pre-snap motion and a lot of the quarterback waggle and bootleg stuff, this might be more in his comfort zone than a 38-year-old Ben Roethlisberger was last year. They'll miss Ben's leadership, no doubt. But I feel better about the Steelers heading into September than I did going into August, for sure.
Waggle. We've got a lot of waggle.
Quarterback waggle.
Yeah. We hit this a lot yesterday, Peter. Is this a legit quarterback competition? You have your sources. I have my intuition. I think that third preseason game is really looming large.
It could.
And it's against Detroit, and it'll be on HBO.
So you're saying it's Peter's sources versus Kyle's intuition. That's quite the quarterback.
It's served me well at this table.
It has a lot of times.
Sometimes.
And honestly, you know, I go back to, like, Tom Savage is our quarterback, no matter what. Tom Savage is our quarterback. 1 half into the Houston Texans opening game, Deshaun Watson is the guy. And it's like the Steelers are in on Trubisky, and last year the Bears were in on Dalton. But sometimes the rookie deserves to start from week one, and Pickett has done everything he can to deserve it.
Yeah. I'll talk about another team with a rookie quarterback that's been lightening up through the preseason. The Tennessee Titans. Early on, I think it was the first week of the show, I said, I don't know if the Titans are contenders. I'm not saying they're there yet, but they're a team that has impressed me throughout the training camp and throughout the preseason. Malik Willis has been a national star each and every preseason game, these first two. We come in, we're putting his highlights on, we're talking about the it factor, the sidearm throws, the bombs and all of that. But Ryan Tannehill is the guy. There's no question mark about that. My sources not as good as Peter's. I just go on and I read about what the local reporters are saying down there, so then I can say my sources.
And then you apply your real-life experience to it.
And all raving about Ryan Tannehill, his leadership, how he's kind of pushing guys more than he has in the past, talking about how well he's played. And then he talked to Peter King throughout training camp and talked about mentally it was tough for him to get over that last playoff game versus the Bengals. First play of the game, an interception. Last play of the game was an interception. And he said he's in a good place. He went through some dark weeks, but he's feeling good, and he's performing out there. And the two rookie wide receivers, Mike Vrabel said Treylon Burks had a better week 2 of the preseason. It didn't really result into catches, but he said he did the right things. He got open. He did some of the little things. Another guy, Kyle Phillips.
Let's talk Kyle Phillips.
5th-round draft pick from UCLA. They love him. He had a nice punt return last week versus the Bucs. This guy has shown up in the slot. He's become one of Tannehill's favorite targets. So for me, this Titans team, we already know how good they are on defense with Kevin Byard, Simmons, and all these guys up front, Harold Landry, and then Rashad Weaver is a guy who was injured last year who's now performing in the preseason. So I feel a lot better about my former team, the Tennessee Titans, about what they can do this season.
Absolutely.
Did you feel bad about them at the beginning? Like, I feel like they're always just the Titans.
I didn't feel
solid.
bad, but I threw it out there. I was just like, I don't really know that they're contenders, and I feel better like they're moving in the right direction to be in the right place in the AFC to maybe make a run.
There's an expression sometimes, don't take the cheese, resist the bait and the trap.
Say it all the time.
I'm taking the cheese, though. I'm going to take the cheese on the Detroit Lions. Let me tell you why, all right? I always get tempted by the Hard Knocks team, but I get tempted more about the way a team, maybe a bad team, ends the season. Detroit Lions ended up in the last several weeks of the season. They beat the Cardinals. They crushed the Cardinals. They beat the Vikings. They were playing ball. And this is my favorite stat of the day. The last 6 weeks of the NFL season, look at the receptions leaders in the National Football League. Cooper Kupp, first-team All-Pro. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 51. Mark Andrews, second-team All-Pro. Devontae Adams, first-team All-Pro. Justin Jefferson, second-team All-Pro. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, better than almost all of them. I really think it's legit. I don't think it's just a fun thing where his dad is Mr. Universe and it's interesting. I think if you take him and Hawkinson and Swift and Goff, who is hummus but is still efficient and has won the NFC before, am I saying they're going to win the NFC North? No. But the Campbell stuff is huge, and you know I love it. I like Glenn. I like Deuce. I like the way they run that organization. I like the way they run the practices. I like that the team is doing a no-coach practice. I don't care. It's different. I think this is a team that is like, oh, my God, the Lions finished up 8-9 or 9-8 even. I really do like them. And I know I get seduced by Hard Knocks, but I like their players and I like their coaches, and I don't apologize.
No, you have buy-in. I like it.
I do.
I have two. My first, have you guys seen that Miranda Lambert music video, Kerosene, where she's got the gasoline line behind her and she just throws the match up and she just stands there with this look on her face? Like, that is Kyle Shanahan to me. Like, he has no regard for what anyone cared about what he was doing in the offseason. He created more questions than answers for everyone surrounding the San Francisco 49ers, and he just stood there and looked at the camera with this great hat, and he just was like, this is what I'm doing. And guess what? He gave us an answer, and the answer is Trey Lance. I mean, the 49ers, to me, have provided us every solution and curiosity that we have had about this team in preseason, so much so that Trey Lance doesn't even have to play in the second preseason game. They're like, no, we're good. Oh, he's from Minnesota? No, he doesn't need to play against the Vikings. He doesn't need a homecoming. He is Trey Lance. I just respect Kyle Shanahan so much for not apologizing for the way he went about the Deebo Samuel contract, not apologizing for the way he went about deciding that Trey Lance is the guy and when he did so. I mean, I love it. It just literally light the match. You can all care about what the issues that I'm causing, but I know there's no issues in this building. I am so high on the 49ers.